wabarakatuh. We are from Group 4. I'm Atika binti Abdul Hamid. My metric number is 03DPR20F1027. I pass to Shafiqah to introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Nur Syafiqah Batrisha binti Muhammad Zamir. My metric number is 03DPR20F1058. I pass to Anis to introduce yourself.
I, Hi, I am Nur Anis Nabila binti Ruslan. My metric number is 03DPR20F1005. Today we are present. Today we will present about transportation.
What is green transportation? Transportation is one aspect we cannot do without in this day and age. However, the current transportation system comes along with a wide range of problems, including global warming, environment degradations, health implications, physical, emotions, mental, spiritual, and emission of greenhouse gases. Next, transportation have a four: road, rail, aviation, maritime. And next, for the road, using bicycle to commute is another great mode of green transportation. Although walking is a great green transportation mode, a bicycle has far-reaching benefits because it is faster, plus it in itself a form of workout. Second is bus. Generally speaking, taking the bus is the greatest way to go. According to the Union of Concerned Scientists, a couple boarding a motor coach will cut their carbon nearly in the half, compared with driving even a hybrid car. Okay, next. Hybrid car. Hybrid car also rely on electricity. A vast majority of hybrid cars are designed to automatically recharge their battery by converting energy in the course of braking. Next, electric motorcycle. Like another electric vehicle, electric motorcycles do not give off emissions. They are typically battery powered. Nonetheless, pollution may occur as a result of generations of grid electricity utilized to charge electric bike battery. Next is train. With more world government now dedicated to supporting green transportation than ever, trains are getting increasingly greener with hybrid locomotive and another innovative green technology. The innovative hybrid locomotive utilize similar technologies apply in hybrid car. The modern electric train make use of electric third rail, overhead line, or device that store up energy like fuel cell and battery. The advantage of this electric train is that they travel at top speed of more than 200 mph, yet maintaining high level of safety.
For aviation. The aviation industry, belonging to the manufacturing industry, provide product for air transportation that is a major consumer of natural resources and energy. Development of green technology in aviation manufacturing will have significant impact on air transportation. Under the guidance of relate policy making, green aviation is leading the future of aviation industry. To challenge the future, aviation industry must become low carbon and green oriented. For example, green aviation comprehensively consider energy consuming and pollution emission in the complete product life cycle. The fundamental goal is to achieve low energy consumption, low emission and low pollution throughout the whole process, including design, testing and manufacturing. This is essential for the balance of economic benefit, social benefit and environmental benefit. Next. For maritime, the environment must be considered in all the detail of shipping. For a build of a new vessel that is decommissioning, the International Maritime Organization (IMO) is helping to reduce the impact on the marine industry by regulating excess emission, anti-fouling, ballast water and more. Carbon emission and other gas are caused by the burning of fuel in the environment. A green ship will leave the least amount of carbon emission. Green ship is a name given to any seagoing vessel that contribution toward improving the present environmental condition in some way. Green ship technology adopt procedure to decrease emission, consume less energy and be more efficient. For example, Green Marine, a voluntary environmental certification program for the North American marine industry, address key environmental issues is regard to air, land and water pollution. They offer a plan for marine companies to reduce their overall environmental footprint. Next. Now, we want to show a video relay about transportation.
Transportation. Transportation refers to systems which are designed to move people and goods. It provides people with access to what they value and need to live their lives, build economies, and interact with the environment. Transportation is the backbone of a global network that trades over 18 trillion worth of goods and moves the world's population over 81 trillion kilometers every year. The system also impacts the climate. As of 2015, transportation accounted for 23% of the world's greenhouse gas emissions. One way to understand this complex system is by breaking it down into 3 different components: mode, fuel type, and technology. Modes of transportation allow people and goods to move across air, land, and sea. People often move by human power, cars, and planes, while goods are transported by truck, rail, or ship. Fuel is the crucial element that propels the transportation system. The primary fuel types are derived from human power, renewable fuels, and fossil fuels. Different fuels, and how they are consumed, have distinct impacts on the climate and our air quality. When petroleum products are burned in vehicle engines, they release energy, but they also release greenhouse gases and other pollutants. Currently, 95% of transportation is fueled by petroleum. However, other fuels like electricity and biofuels are becoming increasingly prevalent as we adopt new technologies. Technology refers to what the vehicle uses to move, like an internal combustion engine in a gas car or an electric motor in an electric vehicle. Technologies vary greatly in efficiency. Efficiency determines how much of the fuel is actually used to propel a vehicle versus energy lost in the process. For instance, an average gasoline-fueled car is 25% efficient, meaning that 75% of the fuel used does not go into propelling the vehicle, but instead is lost as heat or other energy expenditures. When analyzing transportation options, it's important to consider what's possible with different combinations of modes, fuels, and technologies. One way to think about the climate impact of transportation is to calculate the amount of emissions per person or goods being transported. There is great potential for reducing our environmental impact by changing the mode of transport we use, or when possible, by choosing options that require little to no transportation at all, like eating local food or telecommuting. Since transportation is such an important factor of global carbon emissions, governments and companies around the world are increasingly looking to innovate. On the rise at the moment are biofuels, electric vehicles, mass transportation, and even new types of freight ships. Different types of infrastructure, such as roads, railways, airports, and fueling stations, are essential to supporting transportation systems. Ensuring that these systems are also safe, clean, affordable, comfortable, efficient, and reliable is also critical in determining how they take shape in different parts of the world. That's transportation.
Okay, I would continue. My part is wastewater and wastewater management. Wastewater. Wastewater is any water that requires cleaning after it is used. This includes water that has been used for laundry, bathing, dishwashing, toilets, garbage disposal, and industrial purpose. Wastewater also includes rainwater that has accumulated pollutants as it runs into ocean, lakes, and rivers. Pollutants are unwanted chemicals or material that contaminated air, soil, and water. I want to show a video about prevention and minimization.
Every day, over 1 billion litres of wastewater is generated in our region. UBC contributes about 10 million litres per day. The Iona Island Wastewater Treatment Plant alone processes over 207 billion litres a year before it's discharged into the Strait of Georgia. Can you imagine if all that wastewater flowed untreated right back into our water system and ocean? Common household waste such as soap and food scraps from carburetors would certainly be abundant, but not nearly as potentially harmful as the thousands of different chemicals that could be present in liquid waste from research laboratories. Without proper care, these potential wastewater pollutants can have a major impact on the environment, public health, and the infrastructure that is designed to transport it safely. Considering how dependent we are on a healthy water supply, being vigilant about what we dispose of as wastewater is extremely important. Like other post-secondary institutions in the region, UBC has several research and teaching laboratories both on and off campus that discharge to sanitary sewers. Due to the high volumes that are discharged, some form of regulation is appropriate to ensure these facilities are properly managing their wastewater. Metro Vancouver is currently developing a proposal that would require research laboratories to implement pollution prevention plans, similar to pollution prevention plan regulation for hospitals, to eliminate or reduce pollution at its source. As UBC moves toward adopting this upcoming bylaw, our labs must continue to review the contents of our wastewater and how we dispose of it, as well as use the many sanitary sewer tools and best management practices UBC already has in place for guidance. For more information, visit www.rms.ubc.ca.
Okay. Waste minimization is a set of processes and practices intended to reduce the amount of waste produced by reducing or eliminating the generation of harmful and persistent waste. Waste minimization support efforts to promote a more sustainable society. Reducing water use within at the home through modifying individuals' behavior will not only lead to reduced water consumption but also can reduce wastewater production. Clearly, not all water saving measures will reduce wastewater volume. Act, Wise Law, and garden irrigation, mulching to conserve water, fixing leaking outdoor taps. Water saving action that will reduce domestic wastewater volume include fixing indoor dripping taps, reducing shower times, and avoiding wasteful teeth cleaning practice. The major internal water consumers are the toilet, laundry, and shower. Shower generally do save water compared to baths. Second, separation and recycling. Separation is a process by which colloided particle and very fine solid suspension internally present in a wastewater stream are combined into larger agglomerated that can be separated by means of dissemination, flocculation, filtration, centrifugation, and other separatory methods. This is a video about other separation and recycling methods.
Cities and towns have sewerage systems in place to carry the wastewater from our homes, hotels, factories, and other establishments to a sewerage treatment plant where the wastewater is treated. It is then deemed safe to release into other water sources. The treatment of wastewater goes through different stages. Wastewater is treated to remove the physical, chemical, and biological contaminants present in it through various processes. The pre-treatment process involves the sewage being sent through grids or vertical bars that can remove large solid substances like metal cans, paper, and plastic materials. In primary treatment process, the sewage flows through the grit chamber very slowly, so that the sand, pebbles, and soil settle down at the bottom. The sewage flows into the settling tank or sedimentation tank, where the solid wastes like feces are allowed to settle down. Wastes such as soaps, oils, and grease rise to the top of the wastewater. The waste material that settles down at the bottom is called the sludge, and the floatable material is called the scum. Scum is then removed using a skimmer, and sludge is removed with a scraper every few days. The water that is left out is called the clarified water. In the secondary treatment process, biological or organic wastes are removed. It is a biological process. This is done by transferring the clarified water into an aeration tank, where air blowers bubble air, which helps the aerobic bacteria to grow and feed on the organic contaminants such as food waste, feces, and other organisms. The mixture then flows from the aeration tank into the clarifier, where activated sludge settles out by gravity. The activated sludge so produced, along with the sludge produced in the primary process, is transferred to the digester, where it is decomposed by anaerobic bacteria. Biogas is produced in this process, which can be used as fuel or can be used to produce electricity. The activated sludge is then left in the sand drying beds. Some quantity of water in the activated sludge evaporates, and the remaining quantity drains through the sand beds. This leaves behind the remaining dried sludge, which can be used for making fertilizers or compost. In the tertiary treatment process, the leftover wastewater is treated with chlorine to remove the phosphorus compounds, nitrogen compounds, and bacteria. It is a chemical process. Chlorine tablets are added to kill the germs. This process is called chlorination. Then this water is let off into the water bodies.
Recycling water allows us to continually reuse one of our most vital resources. Water cycling removes contaminated from wastewater and allows it to re-enter local water system for use in home and business. Recycling water ensure that the water is safe for consumption and other practical uses.
My role is to take care of all the buildings in the development, which are inclusive of the water supply as well as sewage system. For the on-site treatment plant, our main objective is to reduce the water demand from the potable water to 50%. The wastewater from all the buildings will be processed in such a way that this recycled water is safe to be used for toilet flushing, irrigation system and cooling system. Veolia Water, our partner, is using their patented design to completely remove the odor. So it means that if you pass by the plant will be odorless. This will be the first plant in Malaysia that processed the wastewater and produced the recycled water to supply the entire development.
Globally, Malaysia is one of the wettest countries with the highest average annual rainfall of about 3,000 millimeter. Even then, the once water-abundant Malaysia is now rapidly facing water scarcity threats. I could say that the growing water stress in Malaysia is actually the real challenge. With several qualified water and wastewater professional providers in the market, TRX devised a procurement exercise to narrow the selection pool and to identify a supplier that could meet its goal efficiency. So after several rigorous rounds of selections, Veolia stood out amongst others, and we managed to secure a 20-year partnership with TRX. Veolia's approach to this project was simply to achieve a high recovery rate and low operating costs, achieving a uniquely affordable yet efficient solution for TRX. With over 350 water technologies in Veolia product portfolio, we are able to design a fully enclosed wastewater treatment plant coming together with a water reuse system with such a small footprint and a robust odor control system, which is Alizé deodorization process.
Collection and transfer. What is a waste collection and transfer station? The collection and transfer station is the central location where municipal solid waste is brought by collection crew. Once there, it is unloaded from smaller vehicle and loaded into large one such as long-haul truck, train, and barges. Benefit of waste collection and transfer station. They provide a variety of benefits to the community, including fuel saving, reduction in road wear, and less air pollution due to fewer vehicles being on the road. Trash, green waste, and recyclable material drop-off location for residents. Next, reduction traffic congestion in the community by consolidating loading into large vehicles. Next, reduction total truck traffic and improve safety at the land or waste to energy facility. Last, removing hazardous waste or recovering recyclable. Treatment and processing. What is wastewater treatment? Wastewater treatment is the process of converting wastewater, water that is no longer needed or is no longer suitable for use, into pure water that can be discharged back into the environment. It may be formed by a number of activities, including bathing, washing, using the toilet, and rainwater runoff. Wastewater is full of contaminants, including bacteria, chemical, and another toxic. Its treatment aims at reducing the contaminant to acceptable level to make the water safe for recharge back into the environment.
I continue about wastewater. Ultimate disposal and landfill. The increase in the rate of solid waste regeneration from year to year influenced by the increased world population, pace of time, lifestyle, and social cultural change, proliferation infrastructure, and economic improvement. In Delhi, generation, disposal, and decomposition was contribute to the generation of greenhouse gas GHG as well as change world climate. Next. To aerobic and anaerobic biological treatment technology, organic waste can be recovered and converted into soil stabilizer and organic fertilizer. Second, composting is the process of decomposing organic waste such as agriculture waste, food waste, kitchen waste, and garden waste to compost naturally. And the last is incineration is a waste treatment technology that involves the combustion of material and or organic matter. Combustion is done using a machine called a burner. Next. Wastewater treatment. Wastewater is water that has been used including materials such as human waste, food waste, oil, soap, and chemical. Wastewater is divided into several types, for example, domestic wastewater, wastewater from industrial areas, and rainwater. Efficient wastewater management play an important role in resource efficiency and public health issue. Therefore, TH for the waste and wastewater management sector is very important for minimize the impact of waste disposal on the environment. Discarded waste can be processed into something new, such as compost. One of the well-known approaches in the 3R concept: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Next.
Okay, I want to continue my topic. My next topic is agriculture and forestry sector. I want to talk about cropland management. Any activity resulting from a system of practice applicable to land on which agriculture crops are grown and on land that is set aside or temporarily not being used of crop production. This is a video about cropland management. Second, grazing land management and pasture improvement. Grazing land management is about managing your cattle number, type, and location to make the most of your pasture while maintaining or improving land condition and biodiversity. Healthy country means healthy cattle and a healthy sustainable business. Managing for climate whenever possible also plays a significant role in your grazing land management strategies. There are two other options for improved pasture grasses are intersanding and no-till renovation, as well as frost sanding. When it comes to intersanding and no-till renovation, weights are controlled several months before sanding. Lime and fertilizer are applied, and one or more sanding of liquid is made in established grass soot with an intersander. Finally, frost sanding involves one or more ligaments being broadcast on established grass.
Management of organic and peaty soil. Management of peat soil is very complicated considering their physical and chemical properties. So management is possible in small area having a mineral horizon either at the top or in the horizon close to the top soil. Non-least, it depends on the thickness of the mineral horizon. So with the thicker mineral horizon are better to manage, for example, preparing the soil for tillage sowing, transplanting, and translating. In large area, soil management is limited due to the lack of mineral in the profile. The soil can be improved by allowing sediment from the adjoining tidal river to settle on the peat basin. The sedimentation process should be continued for several years to develop the land for agricultural purpose. Hence, only 2 crops can be used per year in the peat soils. Next.
Okay, for the last but not least, forestry. In the sub-file of forest, you will learn how to establish, culture, harvest, and manage forests. This include the productions, protections, and management of timber and specialty forest crop, the selection and grading for forest raw material, and the utilizations of forest land for multiple purposes as game preserve and recreation. Next, we have 10 questions. For the first, what is the main purpose of greenship? Second, what the goal of the aviation industry? Next, how we the ultimate disposal and landfill? 4. What is an example of wastewater? Next, 5. What the current transportation system come with a wide range of problems? 6. What the disadvantage of a hybrid car? Next, 7. What the benefit of waste collection transfer stations? They provide a variety of benefit to the community, including. Next, 8. Define of wastewater management. 9. How to reduce the wastewater volume. Next, and last but not least, what is cropland management? Done.